Early morning, Sunday, 2nd of August. Beautiful day outside. Lot of changes here. Um, First of all, big apology because I haven't done a vlog for at least a month, I think. Various different things have happened. We've had the dog in the vets. I've had a car crash. I've also had beard chopped off for charity. Not sure how long I'm going to grow it now. A bit longer than this, I think. So it's just about a beard. And last year, when I did the blog, I stopped every now and again because I was just too busy picking stuff or things like that. And that tended to be the start of summer, really. I seem to have done the same again this year with the vlogs, but the vlogs are a lot easier to do, so I'm pushing myself to make sure I do actually do them now. It's just we've had a lot going on. And as such, let's have a plot tour. We'll have a good look at everything around here, but what you're also going to see is a hell of a lot of weeds. It shows that other than doing a little bit of watering now and again and topping up the water going into the irrigation system, we've done bugger all, really. So yeah, it's a state. So I'll warn you. We've already had a lot of pickings though. Some stuff is on its way out. Some stuff is just coming into its prime. So a lot of change. Here we go. So first, a very quick update on the water situation. So as I said before, it looked like someone had been taking our water. So let me just show you this one. Okay, so we're at the back of the plot behind this shed. The other shed's there, a lot of rubbish. We managed to get a new IBC, so that one's there, being fed from just one side of the shed at the moment. This one is fed from the other shed and the extended roof that we put on last year. Now, you're probably going to find it difficult to see on the camera here, but just trust me, the water level is right there. Try and zoom in and see if it will. So basically it is literally right there, just under the 225 gallon mark. So about 850 litres. 850 litres with a lock on the tap that we had to put there because someone was stealing our water. Now let me take you to the new one. I've just fitted that. This one has got so much water I can lift it on my own. Quite clearly someone has still been stealing our water, which is just, I can't describe how annoying it is. You would seriously think that people would share. I mean, if someone says, do you mind if I have a little bit of your water now and again? Wouldn't have a problem at all. But quite clearly someone's been watering their entire plot using all of our water, because we've not had that much rain in the last month. We had a good week of it at one point, which is why that IBC is full, or 850 litres out of 1,000. Why is the other one empty? You know, the amount of roof that should be going into it should be getting about half the amount of water of the other one, at least. I would probably say 2/3. So it should be around the 500-600 litre mark, and it's got bugger all in there. Someone has definitely been stealing it. So the plan today isn't to do loads of weeding. I'll be honest there. I'm not feeling it today. I just feel like I need to rest. Shattered. Been on holiday and I'm still shattered. Go figure. But anyway, yeah, the main job here is to assess everything and realise how much weeding needs doing and to harvest what we can. So yeah, let me start you off on a nice plot tour. So let's start with these carrots then. So this is the one where I put a load of bits of tube in, filled them up with compost, and realised that a load of it had gone down the side, so I thought, well, I'll just scatter a load of carrot seed in here. This side you can't really see very well, but this side I did thin out. This side I haven't thinned out. Loads in there. It's just an experiment to see what happens. In here, oh, nice little weed, goodbye. Another weed, yeah, look at all that root that come out. You will not be growing, or you, or you, or you, and definitely not you. Damn things. Right, so this is blackberry. I'm not expecting a harvest off this one this year. That was a nice little one put in. I think it was a little Morrison's plant actually. Next to it is the grape. So what I thought were grapes then turned out to be flowers, then turned into grapes anyway. So you can see some fantastic bunches growing on here. There's some through there as well. So I think there's about 5 or 6 bunches. I am really pleased with those. Climbing hydrangeas, they're not actually doing that much. So I don't know if we're not doing something we need to do on these. Bit weird. The passiflora gone right over the top, and now I'm starting to train it over here because it started coming down. I don't want it mixing with this lot, so get to there. There's at least 2 strands, so what I'm going to do is train one to go this way and one to come across here. Now it's going to be really bright here, you're not going to see a damn thing, are you? Let me come this way. So excuse my shadow when you see it. Sweet peas seem to have all fallen down. Amongst them, we've actually managed to grow weeds as well, even though this was all fresh. Bee update. Still only those 2 sealed up, I think. Yeah, just these 2 at the on the left. Nothing else yet. But you know, we've provided a home, so that's good. What's up, Gilly? What are you growling at? Oh, heads down, he's all a lead, poor doggy. Yeah, it's things like this one. How on earth has that managed to get in there? It's all fresh. All this lot's got to go. I mean, look how overgrown that path's ended up. Thankfully, someone else maintains most of this path, but it's a terrible state. The asparagus bit. Look at this passiflora. This is the passion flower. Look at it. I'm going to have to actually pull it off stuff. Look at that. Don't get my wires caught up. I mean, look at that. We're right over here. It's crazy. Come on, just tuck in there somewhere. Grow upwards. Silly thing. And you. There you go. Make it a bit easier to walk through. It's crazy. I mean, every now and again you just have to pop those little tendrils or whatever they are and just get them to feed back in. But this has just grown so immensely. It's crazy. So, asparagus bed full of weeds, but the asparagus fronds are doing really well. So I'm pleased with those. I'm happy with those. Here it looks like a load of weeds are taking over. They're not actually. It's these are the French beans. Let's see if I can actually see any beans. So we're getting some. A lot of these are still quite juvenile, so I may not be harvesting much of them today. These ones I will. They're bigger. And there's the other French beans. So that plant down there just doesn't seem to have grown at all. Whereas there, look at the size of those ones. So these overall of the pyramids have done really well. However, they're outgrowing them. So I need to be careful on those. Runner beans. Look at the size of that thing. It's huge. It's almost the size of my forearm. So it just goes to show we haven't been harvesting very well. I mean, look, there's a couple in there. Massive things. Sweet corn. Loads of sweet corn. If I remember rightly, it was nearly 100 odd. I mean, you can see here, these are so close that the beans have actually started growing up the sweet corn, which isn't a bad thing because they'll help support each other. But yeah, this one has got one on it. This has got 2 corns on it. And you can see where the different varieties are, because if I step back a bit, you can see these are shorter and these get taller. So you can see where these were one lot, and this was the ones that we grew from scratch. And then we've got more runners over here. So again, some are huge. They're curly though. These ones all seem to curl up, apart from, and now I've said that, all of the ones at the back there, there's loads. So I'm going to be doing a lot of harvesting here. Apples are getting big, they're actually pulling the tree over, so I need to sort them. Potatoes are just starting to die off now, which is about right. Once the plants, you can see here where it's all going yellow, once it's all gone yellow and died off, you can then dig it up, but there's a lot of weeding to do amongst first. I'd rather get the weeds out first, just pull them, than start just digging randomly, because if you end up with a load of bit of weed in there when you're digging it all over, it's awful. Looks like there's plenty of broccoli to pick today. These are looking lovely. We enjoy these. Do like broccoli. Those ones aren't doing so well. I mean, that's starting to grow in there. If I try and zoom in, there we go. But not brilliant. Brussels, they're looking okay. There were a lot more plants, so quite clearly some of them have died off. The fennel is doing really well. Got pears growing. Let's see if I can get closer to those. So we'll see how they go. But yeah, cabbages all along there are not doing bad. Got some over here that aren't brilliant. But these are all the ones that got heavily attacked. And you can see, look at all the weeds along here, that's actually a path. So that's got a lot of work on it. Now, try and get out of the way of the shadow. Cauliflower. When it's all year round cauliflower that's supposed to grow into a nice big chunky head, and they grow tiny little ones that suddenly sort of just shoot off. They've either bolted quick, or what I bought as all year round plugs weren't all year round. So I need to double check where I got those from, because these are the all year round that I planted myself from seed. You can see there is good growth on it, absolutely no heads on them yet, which is what I'd expect. You kind of don't expect to get heads on cauliflower yet. Gooseberries, second year running we were far too late in picking them. What can I say? Rhubarb, gonna have to pick a load of that today. Pond is looking good. No idea if there's any life in there at the minute, but we'll see. We've got some nice little flowers growing around here actually. These are the little ones that I planted in. Is that nice little white one? I can't remember what it is actually. Can we see that? Diacanthus or something. The little bright yellow flowers as well. They're all coming out. As you can see, there is loads of clover. That is what I was after. I wanted a field of clover without this lot. So I'll be working on that. But all this lot, there's supposed to be raspberries and blackberries in there. Failed miserably on that. Strawberries growing really strong. So are some nettles. Again, meant to be a path. But this is one that we hadn't actually put any sheeting down, so I'm not surprised. But at least we've got some nice poppies in the middle of all that lot. It's a mess. And then Bridget's munchkin pumpkins down there. All the leeks are doing really well. Well pleased with those. The shallots are dying off, so I need to start picking some of those again. Well, that is horseradish. Everything else in here is a weed. That's buggers. Need to sort out an area where we can have a nice big bonfire, because that tiny little incinerator here is not going to burn everything. That is not going to deal with all this. So I think I planted some small plants down here. You can see like a couple of them coming up. But I think I'm going to have to pick a little spot down here somewhere and just sacrifice everything that's there and let them burn. Peas. Well, I think they've come to the end of their life, really. Thankfully, though, we should get some great peas for next year out of these pods. We deliberately didn't pick the last few of these ones because they've done so well. Look at that. I touch it and the petals fall off. Absolutely beautiful pom-pom dahlias. Love them. They're really nice. Then another one there. Got the nasturtiums. They've really taken them off. Done really well. You can probably see into the greenhouse. Okay, this was an experiment. You put feed in the bottom and it grows a tomato plant. Well, it's been getting some water and you can see there is a tomato. That's it. Unfortunately, the irrigation system back there keeps running out of water. Hey hey. But look here, other than the weeds growing through. Cucumbers, look at the size of these. I mean, let me just twist that one off. I think I might give this one as a present to my mum this afternoon when I go and see her. So that is in my hand. Let me try and get a better shot of it. I don't have small hands. I mean, that literally is the size of my forearm. Beautiful that is. I'm well chuffed with that. Some of the other peas, the petit pois are still growing, but the rest have gone. Now, if you notice, none of them actually got that high. We were hoping they'd go all the way over this hoops. So I think next year I think we'll put the runners down this end, and where those. I'm just looking at the screen now, realising you can't see a damn thing, the sun there. But where we did the pyramids with the beans on, we'll put the peas there next year, maybe. Spring onions. That is literally, that was 3 rows grown from scratch. And we've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Caterpillar from a Cinnabon. They're okay. Those ones I don't mind, they eat weeds. As you can see here, actually, look. Hundreds. They're great, they eat weeds and they're a beautiful looking caterpillar. In fact, there's another one just here. Look at that. How many's on there? Got to be a good 20 on that one alone. So I'm going to actually watch where I step here. But again, this is a path. We didn't cover it properly. But at least this one's doing better than the rest. You can see that the flowers are coming out, but these are all supposed to be onions. That's about the best we've got so far, and it is the pickling onion size. We have failed with onions this year. Never mind. We learn. A few more weeds there to be picked, but again, they've got the moths on them, so I'm going to leave them for a bit. So the tape I put down with the parsnips has been rubbish this end for some reason. This lot's good. I'm going to get a good lot of parsnips for Christmas. However, the tape with the carrots on, as you can see, there is 2 there, 1 there. So they are rubbish. Bridget's courgettes. Now, you would have thought we'd have learnt from last year. We planted 14 and had way too much. This year she put in nearly 20 or something. Crazy amount. I've absolutely no idea. Oh, yeah, we've got one growing in there. I have no idea what we're actually going to get in here. Oh, there's a little bumble there that was asleep. Sorry, mate, just disturbed you. Yeah, I'm going to have a good look around these and see if there's actually anything in there. The tendrils are growing out nicely. Cucamelons died. We took out all the radishes and the lettuces because they started to bolt, so that's what's left of some of them. tomatoes. There's still loads on here, but none of them have ripened. It's amazing. Look at that. You've got, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 at least on just that one little stalk. But none have ripened yet. When they do ripen, these are going to be lovely though, because these are tigerellas and they're my favourites. Really nice. So that's mostly the plot done. Let me just put this cucumber down, it's bloody heavy. Then we get to the polytunnel. Let's have a look in here. Wow, there's a lot of plant in here. There's actually a lot less weeds in here than I thought there was going to be. We've still got more peppers growing. Before we went away on holiday, we did pick a load. There you go, there's at least 2, 3 on that plant that I can pick today. A couple on that one I can pick today. Can't see anything on anyone else. Oh, there's one there. It's not ready yet though. These are all sweet peppers, so I'm going to be enjoying those. Excellent. So that's the plot tour. So yeah, as you can see, there's have a lot of weeding to be done, and it just shows if you abandon your plot for around about a month is what we've done. We haven't touched it too much. That's what happens, really. It's frustrating, but you know, nature takes over. The weeds will do what they want to do. So there you go. What do you reckon, Gilly? Oh, his tail works, so he's happy. So yeah, that's your plot tour for kind of end of July, beginning of August. I'm going to make another cup of tea, enjoy that one, and then harvest stuff and then make my way home. So hopefully I will do another vlog soon. Right, cheers. Take care everyone, bye. Okay, an extra little bit of video. Here's today's harvest. We've got broccoli, French beans, an entire massive bag of runners, 2 massive cucumbers, 1 tomato, 4 green peppers, a load of shallots, and a massive bag of rhubarb. Yeah.